Welcome to 94.1 WWLLMP. I'm your host, Local Lizardman, and I'll be giving you my highlights, lowlights, and flybys of what I've been playing, and discussing a certain topic of conversation, ending the show in a rotating segment. But this will be the last time you hear me say that exact thing, because, as you know, the show's just started, and I want to make sure we get a good feel going, a good rhythm, a good groove. And one thing that I'm guessing you are listening to this because you're interested in my opinions, and I realize there's not really much I can give about that, give for that about what I was doing. So I am going to start going into a little bit of news. Not a lot, but I'm going to go into some news that really hits me, like really affects me, things that I'm interested in. Just a small teaser, we are going to talk a little bit about the Nintendo Mini Direct that happened recently, the Nintendo Labo thing. But I'm not going to go into full details of everything we got at the Mini Direct. I'm only going to go into the details of the stuff that really interested me. So, we get a little bit more going here, a little bit more groove going, a little bit more oomph, some filling out, if you will. And we're going to make it fun, so that intro, this will be the last time you hear it. I'll have a brand new one for next time. But enough about that. Let's get right into it. What I've been playing. So, I'm just going to get this one out of the way. I've been playing more PUBG. PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds has a strange hold on me. Not really much more to say. I got a few more chicken dinners. Got a great duo dinner with my friend Fishy. Man, that was awesome. One of the big things about PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds is I remember every chicken dinner, and I remember a lot of games that may not have ended well or anything like that, but they're always very memorable, and that's something that no multiplayer game has really ever done for me. So that's why that game is very special to me. That's why I keep playing and I keep bringing it up. But let's get into the games I've actually been playing. I've been continuing World of Final Fantasy. I've had it for quite a while. I got a decent ways into it, but then I just stopped. I think I got distracted or something, but I don't remember exactly why. It's a fun game. It's nothing special at all. Let's just put that out there. Nothing important or special happens. It's not some amazing RPG. It has good mechanics. I'd say everything that game does is done better elsewhere, but it's done fine here, so it's fun to play. And if you don't know what World of Final Fantasy is, it's Final Fantasy Pokemon is the best way to put it. You can either be tall or go chibi, and in battle, you go chibi, and you can stack your monsters. So each character, there's two main characters, will be a stack of 3 in the end. And there's small, medium, large, and extra large monsters. So you do a stack of 3 based on sizes, and the main characters are in the stack. So there's going to be 4 other monsters with you. And it's a fun game. You're collecting monsters in the Final Fantasy world and battling. It's a very adorable thing. There are champions in it, which are characters from other games that are in like chibi form. Honestly, probably one of the best things is for getting the Day 1 edition, I got the champion summon of Sephiroth doing Meteor, and it's almost like the exact cutscene out of the game, but Sephiroth is a chibi, and it's just super adorable. It's really, really the best way I can put it. Then I've played a little bit of Akiba's Trip. I actually restarted over. I am streaming it. In fact, I only played about an hour, maybe an hour and a half. But tomorrow night, by the time you listen to this, it'll be long past. I'm sorry you missed it. I'm going to be streaming the rest of the game. So I hear it's roughly 8.5 hours to beat. So I'm going to say it's going to be a good long stream tomorrow night. But I've been excited to get through it for a while now, honestly. I just haven't. It's one of those things I've been saying, yeah, I'm going to go back to it, and then, nope, never happens. But finally doing it. Another big one I want to mention is a game that I've admittedly talked crap about before, but I'm giving another shot, and that's Doom, the one from 2016. And, after playing it, my guess is about maybe 4, 5, 6 hours in. I still don't like it that much. It's not bad, but it's not great. Like, I still can't play it in large chunks of time because I get bored. And I don't know, it's just not the game for me. There's almost no story. Like, where I am now, I don't want to spoil anything, but the place I am now, I know how I got there, but I don't really know why. Like, what is the point of any of this? And I'm just like, okay, whatever. It's not appealing to me in that way at all. But I can see the appeal of the game to people. I can see why people really liked it. I've also, I should say, not been playing, but I have played through Death Smiles on the Xbox 360. It is by Axis Games. It is a shmup, very anime style, and it was fun. It wasn't amazing, but it was really good. Some of the combat in that game is ridiculous. There's a level that there's a reason it's an extra level. Oh my god. Beating that on the hardest difficulty is gotta be ridiculous. It's just wild and out crazy. But it's cool. I like the gun system. I've only gotten to use one of the characters so far, but all of them have different attack methods and such. So I'm going to go back and play some more of that. But really enjoying it. And I recommend it. If you like shmups, yeah, I recommend it for you. Plus, like I said, the anime art styles have my heart. Now, speaking of anime art styles, I've played a couple of my import PSP games. Monster Hunter World comes out this time next week. Actually, next week tomorrow it will be out. I'm unfortunately stuck at work that day. That sucks. But I digress. To get into the mood, I have started up Monster Hunter Portable 3rd for the PSP. And I can't read Japanese at all. Well, for the most part. I kind of got yes and no down no from yes and no down no. Yes and no down now from playing the PSP games over the past few days. But I really can't read Japanese. But it's simple to figure out what you're doing, what you have to do. It's Monster Hunter. Then I also tried Digimon World Redigitize, and I have decided I am going to do a Let's Play on this at some point when I get the right equipment. It's just a matter of getting that stuff. But I got in. I named my main character and my Agumon. I don't even know, it was all Japanese characters. But I named them each something. And the combat is so bad. From what I got out of it, combat is literally, it was Agumon running around fighting Gabumon by himself. So what did the main character do? You got this, Agumon. You can do it. Yeah, that was awesome. Yes, that's what you're clicking buttons to do. At least that's what I got out of it. You're clicking buttons to cheer up the Digimon. Well, yep. I mean, I wish it came to the West just because I would have had another Digimon game sooner. But at the same time, man, if it was like that, maybe it's best it didn't come over. Then the last one I played is, I don't know the full title. I want to say it's SD Gundam Generation, maybe. Another PSP game. And this had from just about every Gundam series I can think of, and had 5 to 6 campaign missions each, some with more, some with less, and all of them were in chibi style. And naturally, I went to Mobile Fighter G Gundam right away because that's my favorite Gundam series. And seeing a Chibi Shining Gundam and Chibi Gundam Rose, and that was great. But the best part, and I haven't been able to do this again since, it was the first fight, and I actually got video for it on Snapchat. It was an actual animated video of this Shining Gundam getting ready and using shining fingers as Domon yelled, and it was the most adorable thing, seeing this little Gundam with his shining hand go up to another little Gundam and like break its head. And it was super adorable. I could not stop freaking out about that. Oh yeah, I'm going to be playing more of that game. But that is all I have played for this week, or even recently, really. Just here and there, other little things, but not much I can really comment on because I didn't play enough of it. But with that done, let us get into our next segment. This next segment, which is, of course, our newest one, the news. All right, so we're going to start with the Nintendo Mini Direct, which we had somewhat recently. And they announced a bunch of things, most of them ports, but some of them not. Like, they announced Donkey Kong in the Mario and Rabbids game with a new world specifically for him, part of the season pass. I want to play that at some point. It's a matter of getting there. New mini game in Mario Odyssey, Luigi's Balloon World. You can see how important that is to me that I'm looking at my notes. And I didn't type it right. Actually, I don't know how this happened, but it's Mario Odyssey... semicolon Ewigan's Ballo World. I don't really care about Mario Odyssey to be honest. New abilities in Kirby Star Allies. Again, something that just doesn't do anything for me. The DX Battle Pack DLC for Pokken Tournament, Pokken. I don't know how you say it, but the DLC, which will be DX Battle Pack. There are two packs in it, one which will come with Aegis slash, I don't know how to say his name, and two support characters, Rayquaza and the scary ghost Pikachu look like, I cannot remember his name, Minikun or something like that. And the second battle pack, which has Blastoise as a new fighter character, and two supports of Mew and I forget who else. And it comes with a set of cosmetic items. They announced Donkey Kong Tropical Freeze for the Switch coming on May 4th. The big thing is they added you can play as Funky Kong. I've never really been a Donkey Kong fan, to be honest, so that doesn't really mean much for me. Also, they announced the release dates for Celeste, and a big one, they announced the release date for Fee, which was shown at the EA press conference at E3, I want to say 2 years ago. Celeste comes out on January 25th, and Fee releases February 16th. Can't comment on if that release date coincides with the releases on the other consoles, but my guess is yes. Now, for the things that actually did really interest me in this Nintendo Direct, Mario Tennis Aces is coming to the Switch. It is a new game, and for the first time since the Game Boy Advance game, the game has a franchise, or a story mode, I guess I should say. And not many characters have been announced, but this actually really interests me because I always love the Mario sports games. I'm not big on Mario games themselves, but the Mario sports games, top notch. Next up, we have the DS game The World Ends With You is coming to the Switch. I'm going to say it's called the Perfect Edition or something like that. Along with a new scenario, and it can be played with touch or Joy-Cons. That is just announced for 2018. That one really interests me. It looked cool. This summer, the Switch will be getting Ys 8 Lacrimosa of Dana. Ys is a fantastic JRPG series, and I need to get Ys 8 on the Vita still, because that is my way of playing of choice. But it's cool it's coming out on Switch. I'll probably end up getting it on Switch just because I don't know how many super RPG games like that we will see on the console. That and Disgaea are really the two big ones that come to mind right now. Then we have announced on February 27th, the Switch is getting Payday 2. I'm very curious about that game. See how it's going to do, see how it's going to play. Because it's actually like, seems to be a very pretty and in-depth game on newer consoles. So I'm curious to see exactly how it's going to do on Switch. But if the PS3 could handle it, I think the Switch can handle it pretty handedly. Next up, we have in spring 2018, Hyrule Warriors Definitive Edition. Hyrule Warriors is a game I've wanted to play for quite a while. In fact, I have it for 3DS, and because of that, I have a code to download all the DLC for the Wii U version. I just don't have the Wii U version or a Wii U. So I've been wanting to play Hyrule Warriors. They added my girl Linkle, and this will be the perfect way. I've been having a blast with Fire Emblem Warriors, so getting another Musou edition Nintendo game in there, I'm completely okay with. Then they announced SNK Heroines Tag Team Frenzy, also coming this year. No actual release date announced. I really enjoy fighting games, and SNK has a history of making really big name, like good in-depth fighting games. SNK Heroines, though I'm not that affluent in their fighting games, I do believe it is a mixture of the female characters throughout their different fighting series. But I can't say for sure. They have a cool collector's edition. That's about all I really know. But the big announcement from the Nintendo Mini Direct, Dark Souls Remastered, coming to the Switch, PS4, and Xbox One. The big thing is, this is the first time a Dark Souls game has come out on a Nintendo console, and it's the first time it has ever been portable. Now, it will run at 30 frames per second, 1080p while docked on the TV, and I believe they said 30 frames per second, 720, 780, one of the two. On one of the two on handheld mode, which is primarily how I play my Switch. In fact, my Switch has been hooked up to the TV a whopping 3 times in its life. So I can't say I'll really be doing that, but I want to get it because of its portability. That's awesome. I'm super excited. That was what was announced at the Nintendo Mini Direct. Now, fast forward, I want to say not even a week. I think that Mini Direct may have been Monday. Either that or last week. I don't remember. But fast forward to yesterday. Nintendo announced Nintendo Nintendo Labo. Doesn't matter. The name isn't any better. God, I hate the name so much. What it is it's cardboard accessories for the Switch. I'm trying to think of the best way to really describe this. But, for example, all right, let me just go into describing the 2 kits that are available. The Variety Kit, which comes with RC cars, fishing, a house, motorbike, and piano. So, to give you an idea, with the RC cars, you put your Joy-Cons into the RC car. You make this stuff with cardboard that comes in this. And then you put your Joy-Cons into the RC cars and use the Switch touchscreen to drive the RC car. Fishing, it showed it's a cardboard like fishing rod, but it has like string and stuff, and like I don't know exactly how it works. That seems kind of cool. I'll give it that. The house, I don't know anything. They just showed Joy-Cons in a house, and I don't get that one at all. The motorbike, I mean, there's remote control cars. The piano is really cool. You put your, I want to say you put your Switch in the piano thing, and you can actually like straight up play the piano section. That's really neat. I like that one. But, and here's the thing, that's $60. So I feel like the game itself is, in essence, a 1-2 switch scenario. It's these little mini games. Something that everybody said 1-2 Switch was too expensive. Now, we have, in essence, a 1-2 Switch style game with cardboard for $60. That's my problem with it. I feel like my big thing is it's cardboard. So I know they were doing it to be cost efficient. I get that. That's cool. I respect that. They're trying to make it easier for you. But I feel like if I'm fighting a fish to reel it in, do you really think I'm not going to crush some cardboard in my hand? Or if I'm playing the piano, I might not just hit it too hard. Like, it says for the kids and the kids at heart, but really it's going to have to be for kids, because I feel like an adult person can just crush that shit without even thinking. The other one is interesting. It is the robot kit. That one is $80. It's interesting, but I can't see myself doing this, because it's cool. It's kind of like a VR thing. You put the Switch in, put it right in front of your face. There's like a headset type thing. And use your Joy-Cons, one in each arm. But there's this backpack thing you wear with like intricate things inside, I guess, mimic the feel of you using like the robot. You just like cardboard or like string or something running down your arm. I'm like, I'm not going to use this. It's a cool idea, but why they went the extra step to make this big backpack thing, I'm just like, I don't know that this is necessary. I can't picture myself being like coming home from work and, man, let me put this backpack on so I can play my Switch. There are times when I hardly even want to put my PlayStation VR on, and I enjoy PlayStation VR so much more than I could see myself enjoying Nintendo Labo. So it's a cool idea. It's not for me. I can see why people like it, but it's not for me in any way, shape, or form. Next up, there have been a few rumors circulating about some Xbox games. Now, there was a quote. I don't have it in front of me. Take all this with a grain of salt. And apparently this person got into a confidential Xbox area and saw some things he shouldn't have seen. And he did a quote as to like kinda say some things without straight up saying them. And it pointed to two rumors. The first one, there's not a whole lot of validity behind, but the second one apparently has a decent bit of traction. But that's the one that excites me the most. The first one, supposedly, a new Fable game is in the works. Now, they closed down Lionhead last year. And so naturally, they're not going to be able to make it. Who do they have supposedly tapped to make a new Fable? Playground Games. Now, Playground is better known, and I should say only known, as the makers of the Forza Horizon Racing series. Yes, the Forza Horizon Racing series making a Fable game. Now, here's some of the things that kind of lends a little bit of credence to this idea. They have been hiring some people for a second team, and some of these people have worked on Horizon Zero Dawn and Fallout and something else. I forget what. So, kind of lends a little credence, but that one, take with a big grain of salt. Maybe just take the entire shaker on that one. But the second rumor here does have a little bit of traction, and it is the one that excites me the most. Supposedly, the Coalition, who is essentially the Gears of War team, is collaborating with some unnamed studio to make a new Perfect Dark. I love the Perfect Dark series. I think Joanna Dark is awesome, and I just enjoy that series so much. Even Perfect Dark Zero, which everybody was like, man, that was a terrible game. I enjoyed it. It wasn't great. No, Not at all. But I enjoyed it. I had a fun time. So, give me a new Perfect Dark. Hell yeah. That's just pumps me up so much. Next up, they released a new trailer for Yakuza 6 showcasing some of the minigames. If you don't know about me, the Yakuza series, I love it so much. The very first one I played was Yakuza 0 last year, and I instantly fell in love with the series. I played Yakuza Kiwami as soon as it came out last year. Amazing game. And I've been collecting the other Yakuzas, and I'm getting ready for 6 coming out in a few months. And they released a new trailer showing off some of the mini games. Now, I'm going to save my favorite one for last year. So, some of them include chatting up hostesses, batting cages, darts, karaoke, arcade, weightlifting. Yes, that's a new one. Some of these we've seen before, some are new. Weightlifting. My favorite mentioned, this is a new one. Managing a cat cafe. Yes! And other things. So that's really cool. I'm so excited for this game. It comes out in North America on March 20th, I want to say. And, oh god, I cannot wait. I'm so excited. But then we have a few other release date announced. Hakuoki Edo Blossoms for the PlayStation Vita, which continues the story. It's the second part of the 2-part story that started off with Hakuoki Kyoto Wins on the Vita. That comes out on March 13th in North America and March 16th in EU. Disc Jam, which is a fun little game, comes out on the Switch on February 8th, so another release for you Switch players. One of the biggest for me is from NIS, Witch and the 100 Knight 2. Comes out March 27th in North America and March 30th in EU. Now, one of the big reasons I put this on here is like, Witch and the 100 Knight 2, sure, alright. It just got announced. Like, I got this email like a day or two ago. 2 months. Just a little over 2 months. And it's out. That's cool. I like that. At the same time, great. I'm already booked up solid for the next 2 months. I won't be able to get it. That kind of sucks. But I can understand why they're doing it. It's like, not try killing hype or that. But I feel like Witch and the 100 Knight isn't exactly a game you need hype. But maybe that's why they're not really... I'm of so many different minds on this one. But that is the news we have today. The Yakuza 6, the Hakuoki, and the Dark Souls Remastered are the coolest things on this list. The things that excite me the most. And... oh my god, the Perfect Dark. Oh god, I hope it's true. I hope it's true. Oh man, I would give anything for a new Perfect Dark game. That is what we have for news today. On next episode, I'll be back with some more. Now, we are going to cut into this episode, and I'm going to insert something that I recorded a couple days ago. This will have actual video. I recorded my pickups from my recent game hunting excursions. And, well, I'm not going to get too much into it. Let's check it out now. Now, here is a special video portion of the podcast. This is being recorded at a different time than the rest of it. But that's because, and yes, this is me, this in full glory. I know I'm much more handsome than you would have expected. I know, I get that a lot. But this is a special topic. I'm not talking about something in the game industry. Instead, I go on game hunts. I will go with my best friend. He lives about an hour and a half away. And he lives in, like, near a big city. So we'll go on game hunts up there to different game stores and all the such as that. So I'm going to go over the 2 hunts. Whoa, autofocus. The 2 hunts that have, maybe if I move forward a little. Sorry, computer. The 2 hunts that are most recent. So let's get started with thrift store finds. We go to a bunch of thrift stores in the area, and we can find a little bit of everything. Now, I don't really have a, like, I won't pick this game up kind of thing. No. If I don't have it and it's the right price, I'll pick it up. $1 is usually the right price. maybe 2. It depends on how I'm feeling that day. So we have Rapala. I'm going to go with Rapala. I actually have no idea how to say that. Rapala Pro Bass Fishing for the Wii. This is, if I remember correctly, yes, complete with the case manual. I'm not going to do that for all of them, but I prefer complete. It's my favorite kind of way of getting a game, and it just feels better to me. Next up, Burnout 3 Takedown. This game is awesome. I'm still dying of disease. Not really, I just have a cold. If you've never played Burnout 3, it's the best of the Burnout games. That's my opinion. Hands down. There's no other better one out there. Next up, the case is pretty beat up, but for $1, Medal of Honor Rising Sun for the PS2. Yeah, why not? Now, a big thing, I don't know, again, how well you know me or not, but I collect PS3 games. I was at 250. Yeah, I want to say 250 before these pickups. So, I love PS3. My goal is to get every physical PS3 game that released in the US, and if I can, get a copy of every game released in the world. Not multiple ones, like I don't need, 5 copies of FIFA for each territory, no. So, next up we have Madden 13, I found it. I collect Madden games. It started as a joke, and now here we are. Another one I found there for $2. I will gladly pick it up. Halo 2. I don't have this edition. Well, at least I didn't. I had the limited edition one in the Steelbook, but not this one. So at least now I'm rocking both. This camera needs to get its shit together with this autofocusing. I don't do many computer games, but when I find Zoo Tycoon 2 for $1, yeah, alright, I'll grab it. Because it's adorable. Why not? Next up, we have Call of Duty Black Ops 2 for the 360. $2. Yeah, sure, why not? I mean, Call of Duty games are still fun. I mean, I know it's fun to brag on them, but they're still pretty fun. Next up, we have Just Dance 4 for the Wii. I like these games, okay? They're fun. I'm not exactly good at them, but I enjoy them quite a bit. I have a history with Cabela games. At the thrift store, in fact, the very thrift store where I found this, found another Cabela's game filled with porn. Yep, that actually happened. Then, this game, I just found the case cool. Counterforce. Never heard of it. Fast and Furious 3D shoot-'em-up style with powerful weapons. Yep. And then we've got the good old Dave Mirra 2 Freestyle BMX. I didn't have it. Yeah. I'm going to be honest. Thing you'll find with a bunch of these games is the classic, well, I didn't have it, so. Now, probably the coolest of the thrift store finds, I didn't know this existed. In very good condition, Madden 2004 for the PlayStation 1. Found out that Madden 2005 was the last one to come out on the PS1. So that's actually kind of a goal of mine now, is to get that one. I didn't know they continued making Madden games for the console that long. I should have known, but I didn't. Now, this one didn't exactly come from a thrift store, but my friend that I go hunting with, he had 3 copies of it, so he just gave me one. I am a huge Resident Evil collector. I love the games. I have a shelf that's way too small for how many I have, and he had 3 copies of Resident Evil Outbreak. Yep, so he just gave me one, which is awesome. There's actually another one he will have given me that we'll get to eventually. Now, there's this one store we love going to, and it recently moved. Well, we found out the other day another game store took its place. This game store was kind of shady, I'm not going to lie, but they had great pricing games. Crisis Core Final Fantasy VII, $3.50. I've never played it. Never played this game. I've been wanting to, but I could never find it for a good price recently. $3.50. Hell yeah. Now, another thing I'll do, we will go to GameStop. And GameStop often has really good deals on used games, especially cheaper ones. Now, I'm sorry, microphone stand, I don't mean to keep hitting you. One of the things they often do is buy four used games $4.99 or less and get them for $10. So that's where I get a bunch of games, actually a bunch of sports games to fill out. So I'm not really going to go into details too much, but Major League Baseball 2K12 and NBA 2K14? Yes, 2K14. The sticker is coming up the year. Then, I'm sorry, microphone stand, okay? Let me get the other sports games out of the way first. Okay, are you ready for this? FIFA Soccer 10. FIFA Soccer 11. FIFA Soccer 12. Because PS3 games, they're added to the collection now, and they go towards my overall PS3 total. That's why I did it. Now, as for the non-sports games I got from GameStop, Warhammer 40,000 Space Marine. Oh, it looks cool. I think I have it from PlayStation Plus, I believe. Then XCOM Enemy Unknown. I've actually been playing XCOM Enemy Unknown Plus on the Vita, so it'll be cool to play the actual game. This, I had a history with. It's actually one of my favorite Xbox 360 games. I'm so sad the online doesn't exist anymore. Not like people would really be playing it anyhow, but it's so much fun. Oh, Sega. What team was it? Oh, it was From Software. No shit. Explains why I like it so much. Then we have BlazBlue Continuum Shift. I started playing Itch on the Nose. I started playing X-Blaze Code Embryo, and I got the bad ending, but the whole idea is it takes place 150 years before the BlazBlue games, so there's a story going on there, and I'm actually very curious now. Then the last of the $4.99 or less games is Dead Island Special Edition for the Xbox 360. Yeah, why not? I don't have it. It's cool. But they also at one point did 4 games $9.99 or less for $20. So my friend and I split it down the middle. And I got Soul Sacrifice for the Vita. I'm a big Vita collector along with PS3. And I can't believe I found this, complete with manual too. Resident Evil Archives Resident Evil 0. So now I'm only missing one of the Wii games, which is Resident Evil Archives Resident Evil. I believe. Don't quote me on that. They may have did Resident Evil Archives for 2 or 2 and 3. I'm not sure, though. I don't think so. So those are the GameStop games I got. Now, there's a certain store I'm saving for last. And there's a reason. That's where I got some of my favorite games, but it's not my favorite store. That store that moved, where that shady one is now, that was my favorite store to go to. People work there are really cool, really enjoy talking to them, and they will actually give us good deals on stuff occasionally, and I get a bunch from there. So, recently picked up Beautiful Joe. This game, I miss this game so much. I would much rather have it for GameCube, but Beautiful Joe, the cool thing about it is PlayStation 2 exclusive, probably can't see it too well, play as Dante from Devil May Cry. That's pretty awesome. Now, picked up Labyrinth for DS. Sure, why not? Nothing special to it, but the fun is inside. So, the DS games, the cases could hold Game Boy Advance games too. So, I got a Game Boy Advance game while I was there, at the same time as I got this one, and it has been holding my copy of Hamtaro, Ham Games. Yeah, because why not? Hamtaro was the shit. You know it was. Then, to continue my Madden lifestyle, Madden 09 All Play for the Wii. Because why not? Then, we have Naruto Clash of Ninja 2, or Naruto 2, Clash of Ninja. I don't honestly know, but a Naruto game. We have 13. This is a game I really enjoyed. It is a cel-shaded first-person shooter. Loved this game. Actually, we'll probably be playing it again very soon. And then also picked up Bionicle. I was a huge Bionicle fan back when I was a lot younger. Not gonna lie, still cool looking. Yeah. Now, to continue, Soul Calibur 2 for the PS2, starring Heihachi from Tekken. This was the one that they did 3. Heihachi on the PS2, Link on the GameCube, and Spawn on the Xbox. Also picked up all 3 of these from my most recent trip there. Star Fox Adventures, the only Star Fox game for GameCube I was missing, because I have Assault. Adventures wasn't great, but I don't think it was that bad either. It gets a bad rap. That's my call. This is probably not a very good game, but I love the series of Unfortunate Events, the books, the movie. The movie isn't as good, but I like it. And the Netflix series is actually really interesting and really well done. But yes, I digress. Series of Unfortunate Events, I love that series. This I've actually been wanting for a while. It doesn't have the manual, but I'm going to try my best to get it. Tales of Symphonia. I love RPGs, and I have this on PS3, but now I have the original GameCube one as well. I need to get the sequel, though. Casually Dying, don't mind. Then we have... I also looked around for games that were just $1 or $2, and we have, for $1... Motocross Mania 3. Those graphics. This game looks terrible. Let's be real, it does. But for $1, I wasn't going to let it pass by me. Then, from when Xbox was doing, so the Xbox Sports Network, Lynx 2004. I like golf, I'm not going to lie. I really do. Then, the only 2 Sega Genesis games in this pile. And you will laugh about them, but... Jeopardy! And RBI Baseball 93. I enjoy Genesis sports games. I have a long lineage with the Genesis, if you will. Now to continue, Rock Band 3 for the DS. And inside, I did the same thing, where I got a Game Boy Advance game as well while I was there. If I can get it out. There we go. Iridian 3D. I know absolutely nothing about this game, but my best friend that I was there with said it's a game he used to play all the time. In fact, he has it, and he has it brand new, or not brand new, but just in box and manual and that. And then, there's another one he gave me after we left, because he found out he already had it. Final Fantasy XI for the PS2. I'm a huge Final Fantasy fan, and it has the game manual. I played 11. I liked it. I wasn't super into it, but I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the time I had. I would never go back. Apparently still running on the PC. Next up, we have Luminous Plus for the PS2. I enjoyed Luminous on Vita. I really liked it. So I was cool picking up this one. I know nothing about this. It's probably really terrible, but for $2, I got a sweet-looking fighter combat game. Sure, why not? And the last 3 to round out that store. We have Outlaw Golf 2. Why not? I don't know. Nothing special behind that. But the real joys of the most recent trip... Final Fantasy 1 and 2 on PSP, both complete with manual. Hell yeah. Now, that's it for that store. That's our favorite store to go to. Again, we love the people there. It's called the Game Station. It's now in Old Forge, PA. If you ever in the area, stop by. They're really cool guys. Then there's another store we'll go to occasionally, which I need to go back to. They have Resident Evil 2 on GameCube for $30. I need that game. While I was there, I just picked up Lost Planet 2, which I was surprised I didn't have already, but I really didn't, so okay. Alright, and to round it out, we have a store that At first, we thought it's kind of shady, but we get a lot of good deals from there. They have bins set up throughout the store of like games $4 and under for each system and the such. So, starting off, we have The Great Escape, based on the '60s movie starring Steve McQueen. Didn't know there was a game. As soon as I saw it, I'm like, yeah, I need to get this. Great film. Then we have Greg Hastings Tournament Paintball Maxed. Alright, I don't really have anything to say to that other than, well, this exists. I'm a big fan of these games. Dance Dance Revolution Ultra Mix 2. I have both Ultra Mixes for the Xbox now. I love the DDR games. I'm going to play around with that. Now, these four? Yes, these four are brand new sealed. Got each one for $1. Are any of them special? No, not at all. We have High School Musical Sing It. Disney Sing It. Yep. World Poker Tour. This one's kind of cool, actually. I'm not going to lie. I think it's neat. And iToy Groove. Also, from that cheapo pile, we have Strike Force Bowling. Also $1. And also at the $1 level, Winter Sports, The Ultimate Challenge 2008. Or Winter Sports 2008, The Ultimate Challenge. I don't know. Naming structures. But probably the 3 coolest games I got in the past 2 hunts, because this is past 2 combined, it was in like 2 weeks of each other, are Soul Calibur 2 for the GameCube, storing 1 link. I, in fact, took my GameCube to work this week, and a bunch of us have been playing this, because this game is just incredible. Second, we have a game I didn't really know about, Death Smiles, which is apparently a shmup that has pretty cool art style. Even has the soundtrack CD in here, which I was surprised. It's complete with soundtrack CD and everything. But the coolest game, and this is honestly one of my unicorn games. This is one of those games I wanted to find, and I wanted it in my life again. I missed it so much. Skies of Arcadia Legends for the GameCube. This game is a piece of my history. It's a piece of my childhood. I had this game and I loved it, and I got rid of it because I was in that phase of getting rid of games to get new ones. And then, honestly, for years now, I've regretted it. And for years now, I've just thought about getting this game back, and I finally have it. I started playing it again. I love it. It's so good. So good. I'm just... But yes, these are my recent pickups, totaling over 60 games. Yeah. But there you have it. That is my topic for this week. Now, I'm going to take you back to not video me, and we'll give my shout out for the week. All right, thank you, me. Those are the pickups I got recently. Naturally, the Skies of Arcadia Legends. Just, oh man, that one spoke to me in so many ways. That was a game I had forever ago, and memories. Now, for our ending segment, we are going to continue our rotation. Last week, I told you about a streamer for you to check out, Mead. If you haven't, remember to go check her out. But this week, we're going to go with our rotation of a gaming company that I recommend and or love. In this case, I'm going to go with love. Supermassive Games. They haven't done much, but what they did do is one of my favorite games of the past decade. Supermassive Games made the horror thriller tropey teen slasher movie Until Dawn for the PlayStation 4. This game, the way I've seen it put, and I completely agree with it, is they out-Quantic Dreamed Quantic Dream. The game is so much fun to play. You have 10 characters that by the end of the game, all 10 could survive, or all 10 could die, or you would have 3 left, or 5, or 8, or any combination of any of the characters could get out alive. Or you'd lose them all. This game was so much fun. I played through it multiple times now, and they've gone on to do Until Dawn Rush of Blood, which is a PlayStation VR title that a lot of people claim like this didn't need to be set in the Until Dawn universe. But you know what? Spoiler alert. Okay. Minimal spoilers here. The game is set inside the mind of one of the characters. So I can understand it. I can understand why this is going on as his mind progresses. So, you know what? I'm okay with it. I have no problem. Other than that, another big thing they've done is they've done a few of the PlayLink games, specifically the one I played, Hidden Agenda, which was the same real style. So the PlayLink thing is PlayStation's attempt at, you use your phone to play this, which kind of sucks because to play that game, I needed to download a 215 megabyte app just for that game. Not for PlayLink, but just that game. So it's kind of flawed in ways, but it's really fun, and it's the same thing. It's a cop story starring Katie Cassidy, who I'm a big fan of from Supernatural and Arrow, and it's trying to catch this killer. And it's the same thing of, for example, a choice in the beginning is she hears sounds. Should she go in or wait for the cop? And you use your phone to pick the answer. Simple as that. Same style game. But I really liked it. I had a ton of fun with it. I have yet to get the good ending, so I'm going to be going back. I've played through it a couple times now. It's so fun, and I highly recommend anything by them. I'm so excited. They have 2 games coming out, both for PlayStation VR. One of them coming out this month, The Inpatient, which is in the Until Dawn universe. It takes place 60 years beforehand at the asylum that you visit in the actual Until Dawn game. And the other one they have coming out is another PlayStation VR title in March called Bravo Team, which is a first-person shooter. So that's different, but I'm super excited to play both of those. I really, really like Supermassive, and everybody should at least check out a few of their games because they rock. They really do. But that is all I have for today. Thank you for listening to 94.1 WWLLMP. I'm your host, Local Lizard Man, and until then, good night, YouTube. Good night.